What?
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 259. 259? 259.
Yeah.
And Bruno.
Hi, that's me.
That way. No, that way. That way.
Nope, other way.
That way.
You had it. Yeah.
Hi, Bruno.
Hi, Nick.
You do anything this week?
You know, quite a few things.
Damn.
How about you?
Nah. Just took it easy.
No?
Just took it easy. Relax. Nothing. Thought I heard some like voices in my head, but I think that was all just an I think I had a bad dream this weekend.
You know,
One where Eric
that's what
was
happens
in it.
when you go to war.
One where Eric was in it. Just hitting the vape right in my ears in HD quality.
No, it was the sniffles, man. HD sniffles.
It was both. It was hearing that vape. It was hearing the vape and not being able to like turn it down. At one point when I walked into our Airbnb, I stopped smelling wood smoke and I started smelling strawberry kiwi.
I think it was watermelon, but yeah.
Oh, is it watermelon kiwi?
I don't know. He's a big watermelon flavor person, I think. I could be wrong. There's definitely kiwi involved.
It's definitely kiwi.
I know there's kiwi.
It's either one red fruit or another red fruit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess one's a berry. Berries are fruit, but a watermelon is a melon.
Yeah.
I think watermelon's a melon. Was a kiwi closer to a berry or a melon?
I'm gonna say berry.
I don't know, so like I would think it's closer to a melon because it has like an outer shell that you don't eat.
A Chinese gooseberry.
Ah, okay.
It's the edible berry of several species of woody vines.
Grows on a vine? Do you
I'm not a big partaker in kiwis.
You aren't a kiwi person?
No.
Oh, they're delicious. You like school
those are
lunches
weird
when you
looking.
got like it was the fancy day where you didn't have apples or bananas, but you got kiwis and you like took your spoon and you like scooped it out and you got your big old chunk of kiwi.
I don't hate them. I don't know. I don't go out of my way for them, I guess I would say.
Well, I haven't in years, but like,
Yeah.
I don't. But like in school, that was like the biggest slap when you just like got your kiwi that you scooped out with your spork spoon thing. Maybe if you were part of that era.
I do remember some kiwis in school. See, my high school had like a sandwich bar that we could go to, so I was getting like ham and pepper jack wraps every day. They were delicious. Also, like, I was in with the lunch ladies. Like, I knew some of them personally.
Mm-hmm.
So my sandwiches like wouldn't close. They would just heavy hand give me sandwiches all the time.
Bro.
So it was the ticket.
Mine was like a chicken patty. That's like what I ate almost every day.
Yeah, and I hated them.
You hated chicken patties?
Not those ones, yeah. I had like the chicken mush patty.
Got like the spicy variety chicken patty.
See, we didn't have that. That would have been better.
We got got that. Got like 2 fruits. I know I always bought a bag of chips.
I was big on the French onion sun chips.
I always got the kettle chips. And then I would steal a pack of syrup when they had them from like the trays from like leftover breakfast stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'd dip my chips in syrup just to get some more calories.
Okay, interesting.
Dude, swimming. I burn like 1,000+ calories a day swimming.
No, yeah, I'm following. I was there when you said calories, but I was like, syrup, okay.
Well, it was just the only thing to like boost. It was the only thing I could easily like.
Yeah, just shovel.
Benet. to add a bunch of like sugar to my diet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. Other than I never really ate. Oh, we had chicken bowl Wednesdays. I did partake in the chicken bowl Wednesdays. Um, but then the only other like meal I would eat would be freaking the uh uh uh, whole wheat pasta. For some reason, it was so bad it was good.
What?
It was like home. It was like mac and cheese that they would make with whole wheat pasta, and that was just like
Interesting.
really bad but really good.
Yeah, I was. Give me a ham and pepper jack on a wrap. That was my go-to.
I like some pepper jack.
It was good.
I wish it was like a step up from pepper jack. I feel like there needs to be like a pepper jack too.
I have found it a couple times, but you got to be careful because sometimes that step is really big.
Maybe I just need to use a spicy mayo.
Like I've
I think
had like habanero cheese,
hmm,
like a habanero jack.
maybe I should just. I think maybe I should just switch to a spicy mayo.
That might help.
Well, that'd be so. That'd be so banging on a sub. That's. I'm definitely getting a sub now this weekend
I
from
could see like a
somewhere.
sriracha mayo doing well for you.
Oh, the ham. Get a nice provolone cheese on there, and then like slap that with some spicy mayo of some sort. That'd be awesome. Um.
So,
So,
if you weren't following the beginning of this podcast, me and Nick were together this weekend because one of our friends from Discord got married. So we were up in
woo,
the Rochester area.
bro, we had no right to be in the development for that wedding.
Dude, I was getting like the poor sweats as we were rolling up.
Bro, I turned in. I'm like, I don't think. I don't. They're gonna call the cops on me.
I was so glad I brought a tie. I almost didn't.
Yeah, bro. I was like, so two things. One, I didn't realize that many guys were gonna wear like jackets. I
It
thought like,
it was a lot. I found my guy though. I always look for the guy dressed worse than me, and I found him, and I was happy with that.
yeah. Second, I cocktail attire is like super. I think it's like such a cop out for women. So for guys, we still have to wear like our goddamn like shirt, ties, pants, but that just cocktail attire for them is a skimpy dress.
I thought it was semi-formal, or what? No, what was the wording?
It says cocktail.
Does it? Okay.
I believe so.
Fucking dress code bullshit.
But that just means a skimpy dress that some of these girls should wear had no right like wearing. I'm like, okay, the amount. I was like, this is a little like this. Mountain's like, no, that's cocktail attire. I'm like, this is bullshit. Why girls get to wear these like I'm stuck here with like 50 layers. Bullshit. Men's dress up is bullshit. Um, but yeah, fucking fancy ven. Well, I mean the actual like ball hall, like the ball hall wasn't too like over the top, but like everything else around it was over the top.
Yeah. Like, okay, let's take a step back. We were going to a place called
Creek.
Cobblestone Creek Country Club. We turn onto Cobble Creek Road, all right, and we are surrounded by homes that none of them are below $1 million.
Bro, meanwhile, before we get there by like 10 minutes, we're passing by a Bill's house. A dude painted his whole house like the Buffalo Bills. Like, we're
Yeah,
fucking in
no,
that
like
part of it.
I, his car had a decal on it that had to have been 5 foot across. Okay. On the way back, he pulled his motorcycle out. Gas tank, Buffalo Bills painted.
Bro, like,
Like the whole fucking house.
we went from the shticks to like these people own the fucking.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
we pull onto this road and it's like bare minimum is like 1.2 mil probably.
And that's the poor people of the neighborhood.
And that's the poor people of the neighborhood. Like, we're seeing 5 to 10s pretty easily.
Bro, those couple that looked over the golf course, those ones that looked over the golf course where the ponds are with the lights.
Insane.
That has to be crazy watching, because you can just sit there watching people on the 18th hole all day looking at a lake and like.
I don't know if you were there for this conversation, but the only way to play golf at that course is, or like to be in the country club, is to own one of those homes.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that per se, but I know that's how those communities tend to work that way, and that's like why a lot of the value's there. But some fucking people decide to pay it. Their garages were bigger than my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever. It's, we all can't be just rich, we just all have to be like fucking poor or whatever. I don't know.
It was a great wedding, though. It was a good time.
Good wedding. Fucking heavy pours from the bartenders.
Only one of them. The other one was pouring straight, like good, like normal
The other one was
drinks.
like their first fucking wedding in
The other one was doubles. It still doesn't live up to your wedding, though.
Bro, I guess I didn't realize.
Dude, they were pouring me gasoline at your wedding.
Fuck. I wish. I wish. I slightly think Fredo experienced. I saw a lot of me in Fredo at that wedding from the things I wanted to do, and the things he did, and I'm like, damn, I know what he's feeling right now, and I was like,
oh yeah, I bet.
Because like Heather was out on the dance floor, and he just wanted to go talk to everyone that was there to like, say hi to people, and that's what I was doing. And Madeline was on the dance floor. Then I had to go in there and dance with her, and like couldn't talk to people as much.
Yeah.
But
it's a wedding though, and it's your wedding.
Yep.
Some things you got to do, some things you don't want to do, and all that. And
I just saw myself in him. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I know the fight.
Those late night Chipotle chips and dip, those got annihilated.
Those were not 75 people's worth of chips.
No shot.
It was 75 people worth of like
of dip.
Dips.
Maybe they
yeah.
Some of them got forgotten somewhere, I think.
They've had to have been. It was like 4 or 5
It didn't make it out.
Like what 4 or 5 baskets is enough sometimes for a table of 10.
There was a tub of like 10 pounds of guacamole. I
know. I'm like sitting here be like, do I just like load the fuck up on this? Because I don't see that many chips and I see a lot of people. When I meant chip, I was thinking they were gonna have a big ass like bowl of chips. Like
I thought there was gonna be like a trash bag full of chips.
That's 75. Chips aren't expensive. Like what are we nickeling diming tortilla chips for?
I don't know, man.
I don't think you got ripped off, but I do think I want to see who like I want to know who decided what 75 people's worth of chips are and like understand like their thought process of like drunk people eating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. 75 people my ass. Chips and dip 10. No, I don't believe. That's a stupid small bag, 10 to 15 each.
Yeah, that's not enough chips.
Bro, whoever designed this never ate chips.
That's enough chips for one of those sides.
That's
multiple.
2 people. 3 people maybe.
Yeah.
You put a bag of chips out like that, Madeline and I and like one other person could easily destroy that.
Yeah. Our car could have ate that on the way up easy. No
and it would have been like
problem.
It would have been like half a snack. That would have been a side to a snack.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was still a good call. Like they were good.
Good call. Great call. I'm not upset with him. I'm not upset with like the people that did it. I'm just upset with the concept of
I'm upset with the ratio of chip to side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm upset with.
Because again, chips are cheap. I don't understand like I'm upset with how people don't understand serving sizes, like realistic serving sizes. Like when
I don't understand them, but I don't understand them in the correct direction.
yeah, what was it? Matt and I were just talking about a serving size. It was something we looked at that was like serves. It was like serves 8, and we looked at it and like what?
Yeah,
And it
no,
was like,
fucking children.
I'm like, yeah, what serves 8 bites a piece? Like, what are we talking about here? It was bullshit. Um, so he had cigars, which
He
I'm
did,
taking all credit for. Um,
as you probably should.
so I stole some, obviously. I'm not gonna pass up on free cigars, but that led me into wanting to have them for a little bit. So I got my
A
humidor.
humidor, nice. Um, so question:
Yes,
how are you keeping the humidity in your humidor?
I have been seasoning it.
Okay,
I'm
so
supposed
you're
to,
manually with water. Okay.
well, so
Um,
two things. One, yes, that's technically in a good like cedar lined one like this. Technically, all you really need to do for a little like every once in a while is wipe the inside of the box with water and then make sure it's just always sealed, not direct sunlight. That
mm-hmm.
will hold a lot of humidity for a while.
Yeah.
I also have, I'll just get the link. There's also a little bar in there that I fill with water that sits in there,
Okay.
and that helps to keep just moisture in it. Copying, and I am going down the podcast text. I know there are the packets. I don't think I'll need them with what I
Yeah.
got going on.
Sure. I was
Um,
just trying to make you aware of them. That's all.
you
If you
know,
didn't hear about them before, they're
I,
like, I think they're called Bovita is the one that I
yes,
know I've heard about,
yes.
and they're like two-way packs that you can pick what humidity you want. Like they have different percentage humidity things
Mhm.
that you can just throw a pack in and it'll stay stuck on that humidity. So, and this is the box you got?
That is the box I got.
Okay, yeah, they got the thing set up for it. Yeah, I mean, looks nice. And what does that hold? Like 25 to 50? Yeah,
Yeah,
not
I
bad.
didn't feel like spending. Uh, one I got. So I was like looking at them all, and I'm like,
It,
one.
it looks small, but not too small.
I mean, it'll hold the big cigars, and it'll hold a bunch of them, more than
Yeah,
I'll smoke in a. It'll hold them long enough for the ones I will smoke slowly, so it'll hold way more than I actually ever need.
yeah,
Would it
I
be
got you.
cool if the one thing I didn't think was like $10 cool was the tray, but again, I don't need to hold that many. And then I didn't
Yeah,
need the digital. Mine's like basic B, like analog.
yeah.
Uh,
The
hydrometer.
humidity. Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Yeah,
But yes, I have that in the one picture. I guess yeah, you can see it in the one picture. It's like that black bar, second one down, third one down.
yeah.
So I fill
Yep.
that with water, and it sits in the air with water. Um, but there's a couple things you want to look for, kind of in a like cedar's big for some reason. I think it holds like moisture well.
Okay,
Um,
fair.
I think. Um, and it's that, and that's about it. It was a you know fill it. You have to like rub it down. You have to rub the inside with water. Then you close it. Then you come back. You rub it with water. You fill that thing up. You put it in there. Um, the humidity is probably a little high for what like idealistic. I think it's like 72% ish. Right now it's at like 78, but whatever, close enough. It's humid,
Sure. Yeah.
so I got that. I've been seasoning it. Seasoning is the term they use. I've been reading. I got the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
My dad has one. Not this one, but he has a nice one. But he's like, I'm like, oh, it's nice. He's like, yeah, but I never did it. He like uses it just as a box because he's like, I smoke them quick enough that they don't even go bad. Ah,
Fair.
but yeah. Also, my grandfather had one, but I don't think he did it either. Again, I think he just was like, I smoke them fast enough. Um, yeah, got our cigars. People were lighting up a storm out there. More people out. I smoke cigars than I was expecting to see out there smoking cigars.
I agree. It was more than I expected. It was a good number of people.
Yeah.
Also, it got kind of chilly out there after the ceremony. That sun went down and it got fairly chilly quick.
Yeah. It was also dark.
It was dark. I'm surprised there's no lights out there.
That or they didn't have them on because they didn't want people out there, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
believe that one, but I also didn't remember seeing that like floodlights on it. And maybe the people maybe like the club maybe the people in the development don't want bright ass shining lights from the clubhouse from people on the deck. So it could be something like that.
Maybe, but also at that point, with how much money that's bringing in to have functions like that, you would think that they would. I don't know. It's hard to
I
say.
don't know. I don't know.
Me neither.
You had some funky bourbon, not at the wedding, but on the trip.
Dude, maple syrup does not belong in bourbon, in my opinion. I'll say it.
Bro, you went for it twice.
That's because I was looking for. Because, like, some of them were like cream bourbons, and I was like, I don't think I need cream in my life right now.
I don't. I wish you would have done the apple pie one to hear what your opinion on was an apple
Yeah.
pie bourbon because it might have been like cinnamony.
I must not have seen that bottle, because I probably would have swapped one of them out for that. Also, I went into it thinking, this could be really good. So, I don't know. They're, oh, what was it?
It was $6 for 3/4 shots.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the normal bourbon they were
Black
calling.
walnut.
That's what it was. It was a black walnut bourbon. That was delicious. It was also a very expensive bottle. Was it? Did
Yeah,
I say 72 or 92? I don't remember.
I thought it was 80.
80? Okay. Something high, close to $100 bottle. It was very good though. And it rivals some other bottles in that price range that I've had before. So, like, was it good? Absolutely. Would I buy that? Probably not.
Fun to taste. Definitely.
Absolutely. I think that as something other than wine, was great. It was a good time.
Hmm.
I would do it again too.
Yeah. Uh. Uh. I just we like our wineries. I think we could both if someone wanted to do something and they suggested um a brewery. I'm not against it at all. I'd do it and probably enjoy myself. Madeline
Yeah.
doesn't like beer as much, but she could probably find a couple she would like taste and I would probably finish them off. But neither of us are liquor people. I just I just
Really?
can't
No?
can't d- well, okay. Can I deal with some like can I deal with like a rum or a vodka mix in a mixed drink where the ratios are probably
Yeah.
on the lighter side because not vodka as much, but like I don't need some strong ass rum overpowering
Yeah.
like my drink. Yeah. Can I take straight shots? I can't. I just can't do straight shots. And I think I told you like I'd I'll like smell a whiskey like a Jameson if someone wants to do like a Jameson shot, immediately just like gag reflex. Like
Really?
it's just too much straight alcohol for me.
Hmm.
I'll take them. I'll if I do them, immediately want to like just throw up. I just can't do straight liquor.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know. I just got on like whiskey and enjoyed it, and I enjoy it straight, like straight, neat, no ice, nothing.
yeah, yeah. Maybe if I didn't like beer until I forced myself to like it, but there's no need to like straight.
wouldn't say I love beer, but I've found some that I'm okay with that I can drink fine.
I love most lagers. I love.
Yeah,
Um,
they're definitely the easiest that I like the most.
some pilsners I like. Um, I
You
don't.
can pass on me with the IPA bullshit.
I don't. I can have like one. I can enjoy one.
I can't. I don't
I
enjoy them.
one
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a day at most. Stouts are too heavy. There's too many types of beers that are just like eh. But yeah, I don't like citrus in my beer. That's like a big thing they all do is like all the citruses.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
I
then
feel like I can do citrus okay.
it just I don't know. It's beers taste like weird throw up.
And I've had a couple sours. I'm okay with them usually.
Yeah, not too many though. I can't like drink. They're so low alcohol count, so you have to drink. You have to drink them. But then I don't.
Yeah.
So I like wine so much. It's a high enough alcohol count that I don't need to drink that much. I can drink. I can drink a lot because it's not like it's not liquor, but I don't have to drink that much to get there.
Yeah.
It's like that perfect amount of like 12. It's like typically like 12 to 15%, I think ish around. So, but something, something. But,
It do be
you,
like that.
you helped us hit our record, 9 wineries.
Yeah. Was that a new one?
I think 7 was the most we ever did in a day.
That's counting Dude, Three Brothers is Jesus Christ.
We might have hit more of the one. We might have. I'd have to do the. I'd have to do the math, which I might have it in my notes. Well,
It was good though. It was a good time.
it was a good time.
This was
Okay.
all the day we went up,
That
too.
was second day. That was what 5 plus that one. Plus that is technically so that's 5, but for me it became 8, 9. Tied.
Tied.
No, I can't count that. I can't really count that though, because that was our event weekend where we only did like 3. It was like smaller tastings.
Okay. Fair.
I would, yeah, good weekend. Uh, got told off by Madeline that I'm not allowed to vape unless we're social, unless I'm socializing. Um, but then I told Eric was like, I don't know if you were here when I joined Monday. And Eric's like, oh, you can't hit the vape. I'm like, no, Madeline just says I have to socialize when I do it. So I'm gonna go talk to my dementia neighbor and say hi to him every time. That's good at socializing. She's like, hey neighbor, how's it go? Take that hit and just walk away. And then like a couple minutes later, walk back like, hey neighbor.
Oh, man.
That was my dark joke and it made Eric laugh. Again, I don't think you were there at that time for some reason.
I
You
don't
might
think
have been.
so. I think I had stuff going on.
I think you joined later on Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I don't think other than our not shitty diner experience, but
It
less than
was,
par diner experience.
yeah, it was, I'll say it, it was shitty. It was a long time for diner food.
Bro, it's so confusing though, because their freaking Google reviews were like they had like 400 and they were like 5 star.
I know. I don't know what the deal was. And it's like eggs and home fries. Eggs take 30 seconds to cook. Home fries you should have made all the time.
Man, like
Like, I don't know what was so hard about it.
I looked at the reviews, I looked at the place, I'm like, damn, this has to be good, right? And then we show
I'm
up and it
with you.
looked
I looked at it too.
kind of dingy, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be one of those good diners that like looks dingy, and you get like some like
Yeah,
banging
no.
fucking. Then we get told off by an old woman that we're in the way of her car. Move, please, you're in the
Get
way.
out of the way. She's flapping her hand like crazy.
You can back up now.
Jesus, man.
I will say our Airbnb was so fucking good.
Especially when you know what the other option was.
So glad I didn't get trapped there. Wasn't comfortable in any fucking spot I
They
sat.
didn't have a single good chair in that whole place.
The couch was awful. I don't know if you sat on it.
I did. It was terrible.
It was like jute. It was like a jute couch.
And the shape of it was terrible. It had like no backrest and all the seat in the world. So it was no. And they had a stupid kneeling chair that no one knew how to sit on.
I sat on like a stool.
Me too. And that still wasn't good.
Yeah.
And then we come back to our place. We got recliners that are a danger to sit in for more than 5 minutes or else you're out. A power reclining couch upstairs and a giant bean.
That bean was delicious. You just sunk right into it. Those rocking chairs that I was sitting in, they weren't like the most comfortable. They still miles ahead of like whatever
Oh
else
yeah.
they had.
Yeah, they were a good chair. Everything else was a fantastic chair though.
Yeah, great, great. I wish we had another full day in that Airbnb just to like sit out there, like sit
Yeah,
outside, chill. But
would have been a good place.
yep.
And we had that screened in deck too.
Oh, that's what I mean. That deck was perfect.
Yeah.
Open up a few windows. It was perfect temperature on that thing. Caught the birds. That was awesome. So what you got on what you got on the Maverick? What caught your
Okay.
eye?
So I was either reading something or I saw one and a thought came in my head.
Mhm.
While we were on this one of our many 4-hour drives or something, you mentioned thinking about buying a pickup truck
Mhm.
in the future.
Yep.
And you started looking at like
The Nissans.
Nissan, like a Ranger sized pickup truck.
Yep.
I'm just going to say Ranger because everybody would probably understand that.
Yep.
Have you thought about, instead of getting a new car and a cheap pickup truck, buying a newer pickup truck that is small, like a Maverick, for instance?
I like them. I don't know if I love them.
Not enough? Not enough to sway you that way?
I don't know. I would maybe I'd maybe drive one.
Okay, fair.
I
I was
I
curious on what your
I
thoughts
oh
are
I
of
they're
like having that as a daily.
I do like them. I'm bringing them up.
The Maverick being like Ford's sub Ranger pickup truck that is sized like an old Ranger.
There's like there's like two things that I don't love about it.
Sure.
It's one, I feel it's a little too low to the ground. I don't think it's that low to the ground, but
Okay.
everyone I've seen feels low to the ground.
Fair.
Um, not that they're truly low to the ground, but in comparison to like some stuff out there, it feels very low.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean like I don't know, when I see like pictures like that, that woman's like towering over her car. If she would stand up straight next to it,
Yeah.
and two, it it almost looks like a Honda Ridgeline, and I hate the Honda Ridgeline.
Okay. So it's basically a preference thing at that point. It sounds like.
It is. Um,
Like if the right looking one was on the market, you'd probably think about it. Pretty
yes.
like more seriously.
If they come out with like a they're still on like the version 1.
Yeah.
If they came out with the version 2 and it was a little like it was designed a little more different, I'd
Yeah.
reevaluate. It's like right on the cusp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate like, oh, freaking your Gladiator. I love the concept of it, like a boxy truck.
Yeah.
But then I hate the way it looks, and I could never own one because I hate the way it looks.
Yeah. I was curious if there was some impasse, like you felt like you needed the enclosed space of an SUV or
No,
something
I
like
like
that.
the, no, yes. And the only other reason is because, um, my car still might eventually become Madeline's car. So being able to,
Sure.
like, I might do the truck in the span of time she would still drive her car, and I can quick pay off something cheap,
Yeah.
and then give her
Fair.
that, and then I can restart over with like something cheap. I'm kind of
Yeah.
hoping in like, I mean, everything people post like Juan did, like hopefully in 2 years the car market tanks again, and I can get something cheap like I did. Like mine was,
Fair
I
enough.
got it for like 20
Yeah, that's not bad.
right before everything spiked,
What kind of mileage
like
was on it at the time? Do you remember?
30.
Okay, that's yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was a rental car, so it was
Okay.
super taken care of. It still had its original warranty on it, and it was all just it was it wasn't anything aggressive done with it. It was just like rented, a couple times a month or week or
Yeah.
whatever, and taken on some like random trips. So it's in decent-ish shape.
Yeah.
Those are the ones to look out. If you're ever looking for a car, look for old like rental cars. They make the best like purchases just because they
Yeah.
always have to be like taken care of.
I feel like there's some rental cars to stay away from too, but I think that you're onto something for sure.
Oh, I just meant from the big one. If you get them from like the big companies, they dump them after a few years.
Yeah.
You don't rent like you're not gonna rent like a 2012 Honda Civic. They're gonna like
Yeah.
dump those.
Yeah.
They'll dump them after 3 years and just get the newest Honda Civic to rent
I'm
out.
saying like anything that's regarded as like a sporty vehicle, I would probably stay away from.
Oh yeah,
But
those
I think for the most part, I like what you're saying.
sedans, SUVs,
Yeah.
and uh, not they'll let the trucks drive go a little bit more, but you can sometimes find some good old rental trucks
Yeah.
that
I feel like there's not as many nice rental trucks. Like a lot of
no,
the times, a rental truck is like bare bones.
they are, but some people just want to,
Yeah, and that's fine.
as
You
long
know,
as
whatever.
long as it's a truck on the plate.
And sometimes they get beat to shit too.
Yeah,
The rental trucks,
and that's
depending.
why they keep them longer, just because they make more sense to not
Yeah.
turn out every year over year.
I was just curious what your thoughts were about
No, we've been talking about the Maverick for
that.
again. It's just I hate the
It's the right thing for a lot of people.
it is. I I think it can tow a small trailer. So even if it's something,
Yeah.
I know that it doesn't have the biggest bed, but if you need
Yeah.
something light and long, you can get a
Yes.
small trailer behind it.
Like if you
Uh,
wanted to take a couple kayaks or something,
or if I
for
needed to
instance.
pick up picnic table,
Yeah.
or
I
like
just
picking up a
I,
grill.
s- I start
I'm not gonna
getting
tow your razor,
exactly, and my razor's not that heavy. Like combined, that's like 3,000 pounds.
right?
But even if a Maverick's rated for that, I wouldn't want to do that very far
No.
because there's no way it's like I've when I had my Ranger, right?
Mhm.
I don't know how the fuck an automatic Ranger is supposed to tow 6,000 pounds. I call bullshit. Okay, I towed 3,000 pounds once, and it was crying.
I don't know, Bruno. Maybe I don't know, but
And I
yeah.
had the 4 liter. It wasn't the little engine. I don't know. So like, just on like an engine power, I could see a Maverick not being able to live up to tow ratings
You
comfortably.
know, it's the top one seems like it's 2,000 pounds.
Okay, that's like
Wait,
God. That's
with
not much at all.
maximum. Okay, sorry. 2,000 is like general package. You can get up to 4,000.
Okay, 4,000 seems pushing it. I would say, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Um.
Like especially around here where there's hills,
Oh
not
yeah.
good.
Again, like you said, it's perfect for the people that can get a small trailer. They can tow some like bigger
Like,
things that don't
I
fit
need
the
to
bed.
take my lawnmower to get it serviced.
Yeah.
You'd probably be okay with that.
Yep. I hope so. Lawnmower
Yeah.
weighs like
I
100
mean, you
pounds.
should.
Well, I fucking throw that thing around to get the grass out of the braids.
I'm talking like a riding mower.
Those things are like built with plastic.
I know.
The
So,
one hardware store that I would pass on my way to work every day, I have no idea how they have like 50 different types of mowers out in front of their shop, like between riding and zero turn, but I've never seen
yeah.
any of them sell.
Yep. I
They're all
know.
brand new.
I know multiple places like that.
I'm like, what do you? Why are like, why do you stock them this big?
I don't know,
Should
man.
I expect some like
Dude,
blowout sale? I can pick up one.
there's a place that I drive by all the time. It's a snowplow dealership. Okay? You need a snowplow? I know the place.
They just sit there.
Fucking hundreds of them, man.
I,
Year round, hundreds. It's
what
ridiculous.
do they sell? Are they money laundering? Are
I
small
don't
town
know.
hardware are small town hardware stores just money laundering fronts?
Maybe.
Maybe. I would explain a lot. I bought light bulbs
So,
from it once and they were fucking overpriced.
we were talking about towing a second ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some towing today. All right? Me and my dad went and I got some mulch. I got a scoop of mulch.
Single
Okay?
scoop?
One scoop.
Sprinkles? Cherry?
Brown.
Oh.
Um, no big deal, you know. One scoop isn't a ton. It's probably like a cubic yard. My trailer is a 6x10, no problem. I have like plywood sides that I shove in so that I turn my. You've seen my trailer. It's like a tube trailer.
Yep.
It just closes up all the holes. Put a tarp over, got mulch. On the way back, right?
But you were towing in the van, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you really towed in your new car or your new truck
I
yet.
haven't yet. I might soon because I might need more mulch. So I'm probably gonna just go get it myself. On the way back, I'm coming through the hilly roads right by Shady Maple.
Yep.
There's a horse and buggy coming towards me. All right, with cars up, with cars about to pass the horse and buggy. All right, I'm on the other side, so they're dealing with the horse and buggy coming towards me. I'm going the other way.
You could still have hit them. I don't care.
Has nothing to do with the horse and buggy.
Okay.
But that's where my attention was. On my side of the road, last second, I saw a mama duck and about a half a dozen ducklings on the shoulder of the road.
Oh, did you kill?
I did not. They turned around. They were almost duck missed though, man.
You about to destroy a whole duck family like Madeline?
Almost. And that's what I was thinking about as it happened.
Damn. You about like, all these
I
people,
about annihilated a whole family of ducks.
these ducks in Pennsylvania better watch out.
They were just waddling their little duck
Waddle
feet.
away. Waddle, waddle.
Yeah, they were waddling into fucking traffic.
They were just trying to get some lemonade from the lemonade stand.
These ducks almost didn't make it back home today.
Damn. Well,
They lived. We're all good.
I mean, I think it would have been worth to get I think you should have swerved into the horse and buggy to get them off the road versus the ducks.
See, I wouldn't have hit the horse and buggy. I would have hit the car going around the horse and buggy and head-on collisioned them.
Well, could you have like hit them?
And then there would have been mulch everywhere.
Could you have hit them with enough force to swerve into the horse and buggy?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Well, yeah. See, like this is all we need. I hate
Big van, extra like 1,500 pounds behind it.
Yeah. Bro, they're gonna act all high and mighty as they probably had their subsystem and that they're going. Their horse is just shitting in the middle of the road.
Yep. Absolutely.
Whatever. I'm not salty. You won't catch me
Tax-free
being
living Assholes.
You know, shit all over the roads I have to pay for you guys to make a shit ton of money that you don't get taxed on, but whatever. Whatever, who am I to say? Who am I to make your
You
children
want to
work
be
at
Amish,
McDonald's
Nick?
I, I do hate the Amish. You know,
Like, they definitely do some things that I'm not happy about.
the only thing that I like about the Amish is that you can exploit them for cheap labor. That is their
Yep.
only redeeming quality.
I'm gonna be honest. I've done it a couple
Yeah,
times. My
you
roof
know,
was put on by Amish. My pole building was put up by Amish.
when like these people in Buffalo, they're talking about like getting people to do stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, we just pay like some cheap ass like Amish laborer to do it, and they do it like half the price
Yeah,
and like half the
some
time.
some Amish dude that had to pay someone to drive him here can come fix my shit for half the cost of anybody else.
You need a new like kitchen remodel. Get the fucking Amish boys on it. They'll fucking put it in the cabinet, like
Half day. That's not even a
Hi.
full day.
Yeah. When I want to get this basement finished, fucking looking up all the Amish builders.
Yeah.
That shit will be done.
They'll come in with a crew of 3. They'll work like they're a crew of 9. And that shit's just done. If you blink and it's, oh, you're leaving?
And they'll probably have you pay in a weird way that makes it so they don't have to.
Oh yeah, this work never happened.
Yeah, bro. Going to sell the house one day. We don't have any records of like this. Like
Oh
don't
yeah,
worry
they had
about it.
another job that day. Took all day.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering. I was hoping the ducks weren't about your Jeep. I was thinking like, oh, I drove to this place today and I got 4 ducks, and I'd be like, oh, you're so
No.
cool, Bruno, with your ducks.
No, it was there was almost duck mist all over my new mulch.
Your Jeep's so cool, getting all your ducks like that.
No.
Did you wave at him too? Did you say, hey,
I
how's it
still
going?
find that fucking weird.
Um, what was it? I think it was like a Matt's off-road recovery video where he was just. It was like they randomly trashed on Jeeps. He's like a pretty pro Jeep guy, but I think he was like, Jeeps are really dumb for a lot of like,
See, he's a pretty pro off-road guy,
yeah.
and I think there's a bit of a distinction.
He is. He just made a very like. I think they were rescuing a Jeep, and it might have been an older video. It was like crazy how people think these things just go off road, but you kind of have to know what you're doing to like take them off road.
Oh, absolutely.
But it was something, and again that's
I
coming from
mean,
the guy that like
yeah, he's the one that pulls them out.
yeah, and does the XJ and doesn't he doesn't claim to be like a Toyota guy.
Also, like tires is everything when it
Yeah,
comes to off-road. So a lot of the time that I see him pulling Jeeps out, they're Jeeps with road tires on them, like
yeah,
rental Jeeps with road tires. It doesn't work very well on like slick rock or sand. That's just how
no,
that goes.
yeah. You need traction to do stuff.
Yeah.
I do love his little Suzuki Samurai or Sidekick. I forget which one it is, but it's one of those two.
Yeah, one of those tiny little things. I like them.
Because they're almost like when they trick him out, they're almost like buggies,
Yeah.
but they're
It's
not.
it's almost like my side by side, just
Yeah.
with a full body,
Yep. Um.
minus some suspension stuff. But
Yeah. Well, is your suspension good on that thing, or is it stiff?
it's like a cloud.
Gotcha.
It's I don't understand how it's so good. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. You hit a foot tall rock, you're gonna feel it. But like little shit, if you're going at a decent clip, you don't even feel shit. It's
That's good.
amazing. Especially coming from my last one to this one,
Mhm.
it was night and day, an unbelievable difference.
How many years do you hope to get out of this current one before you like trade it in for like a newer one?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. I don't I don't foresee it happening anytime soon.
Gotcha. I know you upgraded, but I don't know if that was just because the other one was getting old or you just wanted to upgrade.
It was a desire for an upgrade and it to
Gotcha.
be more comfortable and more capable.
I just didn't know if those things make more
Like,
sense with like after so many years trade it in and get a newer model because they're not great for like maintenancing or anything like that.
nah, I don't. I'm not that big on like hours and mileage. Like
Gotcha.
I low use case.
Mhm.
It was more we kept going on rides, and every rock we go over, we would just be smashing the frame into a rock
Gotcha.
because it wasn't that capable of a machine, and we stepped up like 3 rungs.
Mhm.
Like we went from an 800, we skipped the 800S, skipped an XP, and went straight to an XP designed for rocks. So
Gotcha.
we went way up the ladder, and it made a gigantic difference.
Mm.
So that was the reasoning.
Gotcha. I like
But it's been
watching
great.
off-roading, but I have no desire to do it.
It's a fun time. I like it.
I don't think I like cars that much.
And that's fair. You know, not everybody
I
is a
like
car guy.
watching them, but
Yeah.
like put me behind like if I went to a track and you're like, oh, here's this fast car to drive around. But I think it's cool, yeah. Would I get enjoyment out of it? Probably not because I understand how little ability I have to do it. Great.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know how well I would do on a track, to be honest with you.
Like if I got to a track, I'd rather be like, when they throw people in the passenger seat of like the Stig sending it around a track. It'd be cool to be the one that's like actually pushing the machine to the limit to do it. Yeah, but like in the end of the day, I kind of just want to be going fast and taking turns.
I don't know if I would be a good passenger on a track. I think I might hate it, honestly.
I think I
I
would love
think
it.
I think I would have a hard time with it.
It's like a roller coaster, but I don't have to leave the ground.
And if I thought about it that way, maybe I would enjoy it. I don't know.
Like, I'd love to experience an F1 car, but sure as hell could never like drive one to the ability I would ever need to drive.
Yeah.
I would love to be a passenger seat rider of an F1 car around a track just to see what it feels like.
There are I don't know if they're F1, but I know that there might be Indy.
Yeah.
There are some two-seater open wheel race cars. Really, Discord? This early already? I didn't even do anything.
He's back.
I can't even tell you what that one was. I don't know what the deal was with that one.
I thought you were just taking forever to like think about what ones you've seen.
No, Discord just hates me, dude. I don't know what it is. I even restarted my Discord before we started.
Well, I said we're about 54 minutes, which is when we would say, "Oh, it's time to open that spreadsheet."
We don't got no spreadsheet today, Nick.
Bro, I'm so sad. So we got home from the trip. Monday rolls around. I do my Monday. I go to work out, and I go downstairs and I go to put on music, and I'm for the past like 22 weeks been throwing on the next mix just to start listening to it.
Yeah,
I went downstairs. I hit it. I'm like, oh, felt empty.
yeah,
It was all about the journey. I didn't want to be here at the destination. The destination is the last place I wanted to be. I loved the journey of every week having another big booty mix to say like, I'm gonna listen to this if it was the first time. So yeah, we have like 2 months.
God,
1 month. It's May. We're in May.
it's it's gonna be more than that though.
Yeah, a month and a half.
God, that's too long.
I know. Um, yeah, I felt empty. I was like, damn. I almost started back at one, being like, let me run through these again. But then I didn't feel like doing one.
I don't blame you.
I started at like 12. So let's bump it up to like some of the good ones. Um, yeah. We you know, maybe there are other Bixes out there that I need to find.
I was thinking that too just a second ago of like, what if there's something else that we're missing?
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
feel
there
like
is, but what if?
I feel like Reddit would let me. I feel like I would have seen one on Reddit. If there was one, I feel like Reddit would have let me know about it. Um, maybe they let me. Maybe Reddit would let me down, but like,
Cap slap.
I love how the top comment. It's the closest you're gonna get. As
Well,
if he's
I
already.
mean, he is asking similar
No.
to.
But you can already tell in a statement that like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
the close.
absolutely.
He's not like reassuring like like cap slap. They're really good. It's like here you go. It's the closest you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Um, did you
Well,
have any?
that's a second cap slap. Okay. There's some more EDM focused stuff that I've listened to in the past. Like for instance, Dead Mouse does a weekly podcast. It's less like produced though
Hmm.
and more like just the music mix of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um
Is he still big? I feel like I hear about him less than these, like less nowadays.
I think he's still pretty big, yeah. It's been
Gotcha.
a while since he put out anything groundbreaking though.
Is that what it is? I,
I
I
think
again, I
so.
feel like he
Yeah.
was decently big, like bigger than like just like. I think he was bigger than the genre itself. Like other people knew about him, but I feel like he's kind of
Yeah,
just.
he was absolutely huge at the time. I think his style is very different from what the general style of that music genre is at the moment.
Gotcha.
So that also might be like hindering him a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If he releases like a really good album though, I think he would be like top of the chart again. Top of
Yeah.
that genre, you know.
Again, he was. There was a span of time when the more casual person knew about Dead Mouse. Then if you
Absolutely.
would ask people nowadays, like, oh, Dead Mouse, people would probably remember him. I don't think people wouldn't. I think maybe younger kids wouldn't know him as much, and I think people would be like, oh yeah, I remember him.
You say
Not like,
that, but he did that
is he
whole
big?
Fortnite concert thing, didn't he?
He did, but if you think about that now, that was
That was a while ago. It was.
that that was I was still that was maybe 5, 6 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So all those kids are like 6 years. I don't know. Yes. Wasn't other big names at that concert though? Wasn't there?
Uh, I think Marshmello was in that too. That's a
But
big
wasn't
name.
who was was not Drake? Was it Drake?
I think he did something too. Yeah. I
Was
think
that
they might have been
separate?
different times though.
Okay. You and me were the biggest Fortnite players, so I'm surprised we don't remember this.
I'm trying to remember what all that was.
That was a wild. I'll give Fortnite this. They were doing wild stuff when they were the biggest.
Yeah.
Diplo.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Ah, that's the best type of sure. It's not sure.
Cause I'm not.
Exactly. Um. Oh, what else did I have? I feel like it was something from today that was like killing me on the inside. It wasn't. Uh, it wasn't. Oh, well, it was sort of this. Madeline went to see her mom today, and her brother was home from college because he was done. And she's like, "Oh yeah, he wish he would have been here because I do IT work." And I'm like, "I hate doing IT work. There's nothing worse I could think of is like coming home and having to like solve it." She just like looks at me, and I'm like, I don't. I'm like, if my computer at home doesn't just turn on, the amount of sadness I feel skyrockets.
So, okay, I have okay, no, that I would be upset about that too. But I also have a slightly different viewpoint. For myself, I'm okay with things like IT work. Like, we just got this new server. I'm sure I'm going to be putting in hours of work to get it to do all the things I want it to. And like everything that we want it to. I'm okay with that. Do I get burnt out of it? Sure, absolutely. IT work for other people that they're bringing you their problems, I hate it so much.
Yeah,
Like, go to a family event and somebody's like, hey, can you make this work again?
no,
Like, god damn it. I don't want to do that.
no, I just don't like. Like the last thing I want to do. If I was like troubleshooting on like work time, sure, whatever. But like when I come home and I just want to hit the power button and start turn on YouTube. It
Yeah.
was like the other day I was talking to Eric and my computer just blue screens and now I was like paranoid the rest of the night it was gonna blue screen. I was gonna have to figure that out.
I think
Thankfully
I've had
didn't.
one on this computer.
I'm like, and I hate the fucking blue screens nowadays. 'Cause it's just like, oh, frowny face. Ooh, sorry I
Yeah.
restarted wardied.
Yeah. Fucking
I'm
piece of
working on,
shit.
I'm working on fixing that. Thank
And it's this
you.
stupid sad face. Hate that
Yeah,
sad
and
face.
their error code is something went wrong. .jpg. And I'm like, oh, that's a great error code. I'm glad we're like, I'm glad error codes have gotten better over the years. I'm glad we've gotten out of all the new like tools we have in this world, errors have only gotten more vague.
Yeah. Or it's like a header pool error. And then you Google it and they're like, yeah, well, fucking good luck. See you
It mean
later.
it can mean one of it can mean oh your computer gave you an error. Well, it can mean the CPU, the RAM, the graphics card, the motherboard, the power supply,
Or
the
just
USB
Windows,
ports.
that too. It could
All
just
any
be
of those
broken.
could be bad. Plus your software, your Windows could be corrupted. One of your hard
I'm
drives could be bad.
still pissed at myself for not reading my mini dump correctly.
You didn't read it.
So, on my last computer, the one
Hmm.
that blue screened all the time, if I would have been literate, I could have fixed it like in minutes. I had a program that tracked network usage, and it was called Networks with an X.
That's when you know it's great.
I read it as network when I read the mini dump the first time. My brain just said, "Oh yeah, network issue. Fuck.
Hmm.
I don't know what that means. Who that could mean anything." Cuz like, is it a network driver? Or is it Windows not reading the network? Like, there's so many things it could have been still. Was it a network drive? And I was just like, "Fuck it. Hopefully it'll fix itself someday in an update." Nah, uninstalled that program and it was fine ever since I did at the time.
That was
Dealt with
fun.
that for like over a year, I think.
That was like, oh, when is Bruno gonna randomly disconnect?
Yep, that sucked.
It was a little less fun because that was before the era. That was I think still slightly before the era where Discord had video cams.
Yeah.
Because I remember like it didn't have it at first. When we first started using it, there wasn't like cameras like
No,
this.
there wasn't shit.
Um, and then there wasn't obviously streaming. So you just like we had there was no like things like this where I watch you freeze up and I know you've crashed. It was just kind of like
Yeah.
every once in a while I'd be like Burnout, Burnout, da-dum.
And some games you couldn't like PUBG, you couldn't reconnect in PUBG for a while at the beginning.
Yeah.
So you were just done. It sucked.
I think it was the other day when I accidentally joined Eric's stream, but I was like, the whole Steam thing. I can't believe that was like our bet. Like, we would always I'd always want one of you guys to stream on Twitch just because it was the only way to watch what you guys were doing.
I think that's why I don't stream on Twitch anymore.
Probably.
I think I would have still kept up with Twitch if I couldn't stream to Discord.
I almost 100% believe that's what it was, because I'd always be like, oh, we're gonna play Rocket League. Well, hey, do you mind streaming on Twitch so I can watch? Like, yeah. Oh, we're gonna play this. Oh, can you stream it on Twitch so I can watch? That's why you like, can't. When we originally played Factorio, was there streaming on Discord?
No. Not at all. No. Because I was still streaming on Twitch. I stopped streaming on Twitch before Discord started streaming, and I streamed Factorio.
Gotcha. Okay, I couldn't remember where they lined up. I remember that first time when we played, they were super into League, and we had to leave because they were screaming at each other, but I feel like we would have stayed if we were watching it. But the only thing we were getting was like just screaming on stuff we didn't see.
Dude, the screaming in League goes back so far.
Yes. Well, that's when that was like when Victor came back for like a week.
No, it goes way further back.
No, but that specific time.
But that's what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. He came back, so they were all super into League for.
I remember them screaming in League in like 2013. I was still in fucking high school.
Yeah. I'm sure it was bad.
And it just made me never want to. Like, I could have been in that League kick. So easily, I could have been in that League kick.
Could have.
I played it like twice, ever.
You chose the light.
Dude, I'm happy to this day that I didn't ever get in on that.
TFT was fun. I didn't hate TFT. I just couldn't keep up with the meta.
That's fine. TFT was fine. TFT didn't make people want to punch their monitor.
Well,
I mean, you can be upset, but you're not punch your monitor upset.
Yeah.
When you're 40 minutes into a League match, I'm not talking ARAMs, I'm not talking IRFs, I'm talking League. When you're 40 minutes into a League match and half your team is just sitting in spawn because they don't feel like playing anymore, that got people upset.
I will say they haven't truly played real League in years, though.
I know, and I'm happy for that. That attention span has just been declining.
You know, I think we mentioned on the wedding, we were like, I don't think you guys have played a real game of League in like years, and they're like, I think it was Burry's like, no fucking chance am I ever playing a goddamn real game of League again.
Yeah. I mean, Eric has been, but that's fucking...
You can't count Eric because he's...
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that man.
Eric and Juan still play ranked. Meanwhile, I don't know the last time like Fee has played non-ARAM IRF.
Fee and Burry haven't played a real match of League in 5 years, I don't think.
Yeah. Just because it's fun to mention, but after this week we get a triple header for Formula 1.
It's a lot of racing.
It's back to Europe. It's Imola, I think, next. So that's Spain. And I think it's Monaco. So it's all the like really close European ones that are like 10 feet away from each other.
Italy, Monaco, Spain, skip a week, Canada. Skip a week, Austria, Great Britain, skip Hungary. When do we come back to the US?
Not till the end.
Oh, we have the second to last. That's where they slot Vegas. Okay. Man, the Vegas track looks boring as shit.
I don't know. Yeah, because it's just a lot of passing lanes.
I guess.
Like, go up to... which one's the dumb one on a hill that's just like a square? Or is it not? Which
The
one's the one on
dumb
a hill? What's the one that does the super elevation change?
Spa.
Is that Spa?
Yeah, Spa.
Or I thought... which one's the one that's... No, that's Silverstone. Is like the iconic like S-turn.
I think so.
Yeah. Spa, yeah, it's probably Spa, but Spa's not a crazy track. It's just like a lot of elevation change that makes everyone happy.
That's yes, that's what it is, and
This
that
is just
makes
about...
me happy.
this is just gonna, be a flat race. It's all gonna be better than Monaco. That's what I'll fucking say.
It's fun to watch Monaco, but it's a boring race.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
that
know.
Italy one. That one's like, look at that fucking track.
Yeah, that one's pretty shit. What?
So,
Which one is Spa? I can never remember.
Belgium, I think.
It is Belgium. Is that Spa? Yeah, that's Spa. The left one is Spa.
Yes.
It's hard to like. I know tracks a little bit, but it's sometimes hard to look at a map and say, "Oh, that's that track."
I think that bottom sharp turn is like the up the hill part, and they go like all the way up the hill, and they start like they weave their way down back
Yeah.
to like the start. But yes.
I feel like this top left section is the hill. I could be wrong though.
Is it the top? I thought...
Let me look.
Cause I thought the first turn was like... Cause I thought that bottom one is like the first turn that then they like weave around and they start heading up. And it's like a big gravel off ramp. Or like thing, because that's where like a lot of like issues were. People like going off because of
What I said is correct. So you come off this hairpin, and then you go past start finish line and pit lane,
Mhm.
and then you crank that slight turn up the hill, and then you've got a long straight with a slight bend in the middle,
Gotcha.
and then you've got a chicane.
So that hairpin's right before the bottom, before it goes
Yeah,
downhill.
like the hairpins, I think at the bottom of the track.
So isn't that what I was saying originally?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I was right. Okay. Like I have it in my head. I like am picturing it in my head from like previous years, like the race, and that made sense in my mind. Couldn't
Yeah.
fully believe myself. Well, after talking about all that, you got anything else?
Nope. I'm good.
You know why you're good? Because that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later.